It's an emergency, Archangel Michael says. Someone who broke your heart is about to open it immediately, Archangel Michael says. You must not skip this. This moment carries the weight of your past, your wounds, and something unexpected that is now turning its course toward you. Someone who once shattered your trust has been standing silently behind a curtain of regret, and the hourglass has flipped. The skies trembled when you cried alone that night, and every tear you buried was recorded in the spiritual archives. This person who once walked away like you meant nothing is about to enter your path again. But this time, their soul is not proud. There is an unseen spiritual urgency because they finally realized the truth. They tried to outrun. They are not coming back the way they left, they are not who they used to be, and they are no longer untouched by the pain they once caused. You were once their peace, and now they are drowning in the storm they created for you. For days, they have hovered over their phone, their heart heavy, yet their hands shaking with guilt. They are scrolling through your photos and your words, trying to understand how they were blind to the gold they held. But the clock is running, and something is about to erupt before this day ends. Topayman to get blessing 333, they've spoken your name under their breath like a secret prayer. They've searched your old posts, watched the stories, and even asked others how you've been. The one who caused your breakdown is now in a breakdown of their own. Something you said to them has echoed louder than thunder in their spirit. You thought they ignored it, but they carried it into every sleepless night since. And now, they are preparing to show up unannounced. Archangel Michael says this return is not for your closure, it is for their awakening. Their heart has been pierced by divine realization, and the silence you maintain became your loudest scream. What they will reveal will shake you to the core. Topayman to get blessing 747, there is a deep spiritual shift happening behind the scenes, one that even they can't control anymore. Their dreams are filled with your image, not as memory, but as a prophecy. They tried to forget you, but heaven refused to let them. This is not about revenge, and it is not about second chances you must accept. It is about your healing being completed by truth finally delivered to your door. They have spoken to someone close to you already, a friend, a sibling, maybe even someone in your neighborhood. They are trying to gather the courage to knock on your world again, but their soul trembles. Topayman to get blessing 999, this person who left you scarred is now facing battles they never expected. Every lie they once told has now become their chain. They are coming back, not because they deserve to, but because destiny won't let them rest until they confess. You need to prepare your spirit. Don't open your door with your past expectations. Open your mind with wisdom and strength, because the truth they carry is both raw and life-altering. You are not the same person they left behind. You've evolved, risen, and become magnetic in silence. Your glow is divine, and now they are drawn to it with trembling regret. Topayman to get blessing 222, they watched others try to take your place. None could match your aura. They realized too late that they were running from a blessing into a drought. Archangel Michael says, don't be surprised if this happens in the most random moment, at night, in the morning, or even during a peaceful walk. Their return will not be loud, but it will be unforgettable. They tried to move on, but their soul refused. They tried to love another, but every embrace was cold compared to you. They are haunted by the echo of your name. To payment to get blessing 414, what they wrote to you but never sent is still saved on their device, a draft, a note, or even a long message filled with pain and fear of rejection. They don't know if you'll read it, but they know they have to send it. They are scared you've moved on, they fear you've healed too much to look back. But heaven wants you to know, this message was never about rekindling romance. It's about the divine record being corrected. You were blamed, shamed, and misunderstood. And now, the one who broke you will speak your truth on your behalf. To payment to get blessing 120 when you will hear words that sound like they've been pulled from your old journal, you wonder how they know, how they remember. But it's not memory. It's divine intervention whispering into their soul. They are about to confess something much deeper than you expect. It's not just about love lost. It's about a lie they told that changed everything. There is a secret they buried that you never knew. Something they hid that will explain why they acted the way they did. That secret is about to explode into the light. To payment to get blessing 848. Don't be afraid of their return. Be aware, be conscious, be alert, but not afraid. Because this time, you hold the divine position. They've already seen someone else in your life, maybe online or through mutual connection, and it broke them. But this is not about jealousy. This is about them realizing what peace they once destroyed. Your absence has become their punishment. Your silence, their lesson. And now, they want to kneel before the fire they started. To payment to get blessing 6006. Archangel Michael says, every spell of heartbreak that was cast upon you has been broken. The cords are cut. But the lesson remains, and the truth is coming to you like an unwrapped letter. There is a place where they stood alone, crying with your name in their throat. It could be your old home, a place you both visited, or even a car ride where your voice still echoes. That's where they decided to return. They are trembling because they know they hurt a rare soul. They know their karma is now revealing its face. And they've realized too late you were their divine connection. To payment to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Someone else tried to take your place in their heart, but it didn't last. That person was a shadow. You were the sun, and the light is unbearable now without you. They are crafting a message. Not of romance, but of repentance. It will shake you. Not because of pain, but because of how long it took. You will feel power again when you read their words. You will rise not with anger, but with divine confidence. You will know that your heart was never broken. It was being reshaped. To payment to get blessing 777. This isn't just emotional. It's spiritual. There was an interference in your connection, someone who spoke against you behind your back. That person's name will surface soon. They made this person believe lies about you, but now everything is turning upside down. The truth is crumbling their false version of you. That woman, the manipulator, is now losing her grip. And the one who broke you is realizing they broke the wrong person for the wrong reasons. To payment to get blessing 515. You will not chase them. Heaven has made sure of that. You've already passed your test. But you will be the one they must face, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Every tear you shed will now become a mirror they must look into. They won't be able to run this time. There will be a moment, maybe a call, a message, a sudden face-to-face encounter. You will feel time pause when it happens. To payment to get blessing 999. They might not say it right away, but you will feel it in their eyes. The apology, the regret. "I was wrong," it will be silent but screaming. Heaven is balancing the scales. They must face the version of you that's healed. They must bow to the divine elevation that they never believed you'd reach. You're not the victim anymore. You're the testimony, and your story is about to echo far beyond what they expected. To payment to get blessing 616. Archangel Michael says this isn't just a return. It's a spiritual confession, and the moment they speak, something inside you will be released. Your soul will no longer carry the question of why. Their mouth will give you the answer you've deserved for years, and when they speak, even heaven will pause. Forgive only if it brings you peace. Listen only if it brings you closure, but never forget you are not who they left. You might feel a tug in your spirit soon. It's not anxiety, it's a signal. A pull from the universe that someone is trying to spiritually reconnect. This person has lost things they never thought they would: peace, sleep, and opportunities that vanished without warning. They're realizing now that what they abandoned was not just love. It was their blessing. You were their anchor. And without you, their ship is drifting into stormy seas. To payment to get blessing 212. They once smiled when they saw you hurting. They were prideful. But now they avoid their own reflection because it reminds them of the one they lost. Archangel Michael says the table has turned, but not for revenge, it's divine correction. This moment isn't about hatred. It's about truth demanding to be seen. They're seeing your name everywhere. Receipts, videos, random mentions. It feels like signs are following them. They feel chased by guilt and guided by something higher toward you. They've been warned in dreams. A woman in white, an old voice from childhood. Or a mysterious whisper keeps showing them visions of you. Your soul knows, it's time. To payment to get blessing 444. They've watched others treat you better than they ever did. But he rushed them. What they thought was replaceable turned out to be once in lifetime. They are no longer proud. Their voice will tremble when they speak your name. You will see it in their eyes. They are not returning out of confidence but out of desperation. They'll tell you that nothing has felt real since you left, that every victory was hollow. That your presence gave them purpose in a way they never admitted before. The karma they mocked is now mocking them, the energy has flipped. And the divine is making sure they feel everything you once felt tenfold. To payment to get blessing 101. There was a moment they could have fixed things, a moment heaven gave them. But they ignored it, thinking time would make it disappear. Now they are begging for another window. A second of grace ought to win you back, but to cleanse their soul from the filth of their mistake. They've spoken to a spiritual guide or maybe watched a message like this one and it hit them harder than they expected. Your soul cracked open and the truth flooded in. You were never ordinary to them. They just pretended you were. Now that lies a burden that's crushing their pride. To payment to get blessing 818. They want to return something they took. It could be an item, a memory, or even a piece of your heart they feel still belongs to you. This isn't about objects, it's about honoring what they destroyed. You'll let your heart be cut off guard. Stay grounded. because they are arriving broken and you must remain whole. You were once the one waiting. Now they are the one praying you'll open the door, but your peace must remain the priority. They never expected your glow to rise after they left. What it did, and now it blinds them. Topayman to get blessing 1212. Archangel Michael says you've been protected from what could have destroyed you. Their silence was loud, but it was divine protection disguised as rejection. It will tell you things that may bring tears, even rage, but don't lose yourself in their confession. Let your strength stand taller than your memory of them. They are being driven toward you by unseen forces. You'll feel it in your spirit before it happens. Don't ignore the signs. There will be a scent, a number, or a sound that will signal their approach. And when it happens, your higher self will be ready. Topayman to get blessing 606. This is not the same person you remember. Life has humbled them. Your ego has been dismantled. You may not recognize their voice. It may carry a tremor now. Your confidence hath been replaced with reverence. They know you're not just anyone. You were sent into their life for a divine purpose. I ran from what they didn't understand, but now they are crawling back to face what they finally see. You were their light and their shadow is tired. They may cry, they may kneel. They may whisper apologies into the air before they speak them aloud. Topayman to get blessing 3333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. They are not seeking another chance. They are seeking your forgiveness so they can breathe again. Every moment since their mistake has felt like a chain tightening around their chest. There is a message you've written already. It's saved unsent but heavily edited. They don't know how to send it, but heaven will force their hand. They are no longer sleeping at peace. You haunt their better self. You live in the place they once buried truth. Topayman to get blessing 666. Their voice will shake. Your eyes may not meet yours, but you'll hear the truth even if it stumbles out. You'll remember how you felt when they left. But don't let those emotions trap you again. You've healed and you must protect your glow. They might tell you they lost everything. That nothing worked after you, that every new beginning felt like a curse. But don't carry their pain. Let them return it to the source, their choices. You are the evidence of divine survival. Topayman to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, heaven is giving you this final scene to close the chapter, not to revisit it. Not to write it. This person was once the storm, but now you are the calm they seek. Be still and let them come undone. Let your eyes speak what your lips won't say, let your energy show them the mountain they pushed you off, but couldn't stop you from climbing again. They are arriving, solely, spiritually. Like thunder rolling before the rain. Topayman to get blessing 1010. They may tell you about the nights they cried over you. About the strangers who reminded them of your spirit. About the places they couldn't go anymore because of your memory, but you are no longer their memory. You are your own miracle. And you will know on your peace, what they confess will heal them. But you don't have to respond the way they hope. Sometimes power is in silence. Their words may pour out like a flood. But you, chosen one, remain grounded in the river of grace you now carry. Topayman to get blessing 900. You are no longer their punishment. you are their prophecy fulfilled. You were always the storm they couldn't weather, let the heavens be your witness. When they arrive, let them see the version of you they never believed would rise. And when they kneel before your strength, may they finally understand the cost of underestimating a soul kissed by divine hands. This isn't a casual apology, they've already done those before and failed. This is a spiritual reckoning. The universe has placed their soul under pressure, and only confession will unlock their breath again. They've realized that walking away from you wasn't just betrayal. It was self-sabotage, you were their mirror of light. And losing you meant losing their own reflection. And now, your silence screams louder in their life than your voice ever did. To payment to get blessing 1444. They're pacing floors at night, fighting between fear and urgency. The same way you once waited for their call in tears. They now wait in dread. But divine justice is not cruel. It is simply honest, and now they must face it. They remember the day they saw you last. The clothes you wore, the sound of your voice. The look in your eyes that they ignored. That moment replays like a haunting prophecy they should have listened to, but heaven saved that memory so they couldn't run from truth. Archangel Michael says, their tears are real now. But the lesson isn't for you to take back what hurt you, it's to stand in the strength that was born from pain. They will say, you didn't deserve that. They will admit everything, but what they truly want is not your hand. It's your forgiveness. To payment to get blessing too. 442. They're not at peace in new relationships, no matter who they touch, your absence remains between every conversation and kiss. They can't explain why others don't feel the same. What you can, because you were the only one who loved them spiritually, their mind is replaying moments like a broken film. The words they spoke that shattered you. The messages they never replied to, the cries they ignored while thinking they were winning. But now they know they lost everything the moment you turned your back with tears in your eyes and fire in your soul. And heaven is forcing them to relive it with no escape. They even tried to forget you through distraction, parties, people, trips. But every silence pulled them deeper into your memory, reminding them that peace doesn't live where you're missing. To payment to get blessing 8008. You will soon feel this energy drawing near, it will feel like déjà vu. Your heart may start to race not in fear, but in recognition. They may not say everything in the first message, but you will feel the weight behind every sentence. The energy will be trembling, repentant and raw. This is a polished apology. This is an earthquake of emotion coming from a soul that's been through divine correction. And even though they didn't say it then, you were always the one. The only one, the one they couldn't handle because they weren't ready for divine love. To payment to get blessing 919. They're remembering things they thought they forgot. Your smile when you were tired, the little kindnesses you gave even when they didn't deserve them. And now, every sweet thing they overlooked is piercing them with regret. They once told themselves they'd be fine, they told others they moved on. But their soul never did. Because every time someone says your name, they flinch a little, every time they see someone with your features, they turn away quickly. Because even the mention of you causes their spirit to ache. They will confess not only what they did, but also what they allowed others to say about you. they were weak, and they betrayed you with silence. But that silence is now punishing them in ways they never imagined. To payment to get blessing 4555. They allowed someone else to fill their ear with lies about you, maybe a jealous friend, an ex, or even someone who ended your bond. But now, the mask of that manipulator is falling. They are seeing clearly for the first time, and the image that forms is you in your honesty. You in your strength. You as you always were, truthful, loyal, rare. Archangel Michael says this exposure is part of divine timing. You were protected from deeper wounds. The delay you once cried over was heaven's redirection. You will get your justice, but it won't come with anger. It will arrive on the wings of your glow up. Your peace, and their trembling return. To payment to get blessing 7272. They have dreamed of you almost every night recently, dreams that felt so real they woke up reaching for your hand. But it was never there. Because heaven has made sure they sit in the emptiness they created. You are not a punishment. They are. And now, they are the ones praying for what they once took for granted. You will see their energy shift before their words arrive. It might start with a like, but follow a comment, or even a silent appearance in a place you frequent. You might hear from a mutual friend first. They'll say something like, they've been asking about you or they haven't been the same. And your heart will know. The shift has begun. To payment to get blessing 1111. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. You're not meant to return to the past. You're meant to receive the truth you were denied. This isn't about restarting. It's about finishing the story with clarity. Let them cry, let them say it all. But let your power remain untouched. Don't fold back into old virions of you to comfort the broken parts of them. Let them see the new you. The one born from pain but forged by grace. Their heart is shattered now, not because they lost you, but because they realize you were never theirs to destroy. To payment to get blessing 3330. You will hear something that unlocks the part of your story you never understood. The missing puzzle piece. The white behind the pain. Who will hurt to hear it? But it will also heal, because you will finally understand it was never your fault. You love it too deeply. You gave too honestly. You believe it too fully in someone who hadn't earned it. But don't regret it. Your purity is your power, and now, that very light is what haunts them in their darkest hours. To payment to get blessing 1230. For the universe is orchestrating your vindication. You will receive not just an apology but an admission, not just regret but revelation. Their voice may shake. Their eyes may water, but the truth will pour out whether you're ready or not. Prepare yourself. Stay grounded. This moment was written long before your tears ever fell. And now, the story completes. Not with a reunion but with divine clarity, and your next chapter begins with freedom. They stare at the message they've typed to you. Read it 100 times, but fear freezes their fingers. What if you don't respond? What if you've moved on? And they are left screaming into silence again. They've gone through every photo of you that still lives in their gallery. They've kept them hidden from others. But not from themselves. Even when they tried deleting them, something inside said not yet. You'll need this memory again. Typing men to get blessing 7777, Archangel Michael says, this is their awakening. Not your responsibility. You've carried the burden of this heartbreak long enough. It's not yours to fix anymore. They are walking toward you, not with pride, but with a heart that has been shattered by its own choices. You were the light in their storm, and now, without you, they are drowning. The very moment you thought you were forgotten was the moment their spirit started screaming for you in silence. They've asked the universe, why do I feel this so late? But the answer was always the same, because the soul only speaks truth when the ego dies. They had to lose you to discover themselves. And now, they're ready to tell you every hidden truth they buried when they thought hurting you was easier than healing themselves. Typing men to get blessing 2024, their voice will be softer than you remember. Their words will be slower. They will no longer speak to impress you, they will speak to redeem themselves. You might not even recognize the version of them that shows up. They have aged emotionally, the guilt carved new features on their face that mirror every sleepless night you once cried. You will feel power when they look into your eyes. Not because you want revenge, but because they'll finally see the version of you they tried to dim and failed. They are not showing up to demand forgiveness. They are showing up because their soul cannot move forward without confessing what they hid from you. Typing men to get blessing 6655. They'll reveal things you didn't know, conversations they had about you, opportunities they passed because they were scared you'd outshine them. Secrets that will shock you. They'll admit they were jealous of your strength, that you triggered parts of them they weren't ready to heal, that they love you deeply, but fear made them sabotage it. Someone close to them, maybe family or a toxic friend, poisoned their mind with lies about you. And instead of defending you, they stayed quiet. That silence is now the heaviest noise in their life. They want to return to speak what they should have said back then. I was wrong. Not just wrong in leaving, but wrong in ever thinking you were the gift. Typing men to get blessing 5555, they're hoping you'll just listen. They don't expect your arms open. They just want your heart to know they finally see what they were blind to. Archangel Michael says, don't lower your standard to meet their apology. Instead, let your healing show them the cost of losing a pure soul. They're not healed. They're haunted. They're not whole. They're humble, and they don't want another chance. They want another moment to do the right thing they never did. You don't owe them closure, but heaven has prepared this moment for you to receive justice. Not just for what they did, but for every day you suffered in silence. Typing men to get blessing 8811. They will try to explain, but don't get lost in their story. Your purpose now is peace. Let them cry. Let them break, but don't bend. You are the reward at the end of your own war. You are no longer the victim in their story, you are the survivor, the chosen. The one heaven has lifted above it all. Let their pain be their process, let your light stay untouched. You don't need to teach them anything. Life already has. When they speak, it will feel like time freezes. The same way your world froze when they heard you. But this time, it's their turn to shatter. Type Amen to get blessing 4444 if you wish to express your support further. You have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1. 20. There will be a deep moment of silence after they speak. They will wait for your reaction, but you, with calm eyes and an unshaken soul, will simply breathe. That breath is power. That pause is strength. That moment is everything be feared and everything you've earned. You won't need to say much. They'll feel it, the shift, the elevation, the distance between who you were and who you are now, and they'll know deep inside what they walked away from can never be replaced again. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. Let the universe complete this full circle, not with bitterness, not with longing, but with truth. You were never the villain in their story. They just weren't ready to honor someone so divine. But now, the truth has crushed their illusions. Let this message reach you like confirmation. Not of what's returning, but of how far you've come. You're not waiting anymore. You are walking forward. And when they arrive, don't meet them where they left you. Let them rise to the level where heaven has placed you now. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Their heart will break seeing you stand in your calm. They'll realize they never knew you at your highest self. But now, they must face the royal you become. Even if they kneel, even if they weep. Remember, you are no longer that version of you that begged to be seen. You are seen now, not just by them, but by the universe. Every moment of confusion, heartbreak, betrayal. It was all preparing you for this final scene, the grand closure. The divine justice. The exhale of freedom. You will not walk away until you will walk away complete. Because healing has made you whole in ways their love never could. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. This is the moment that your ancestors, angels, and guardians have waited for. Not for revenge, but for restoration. Not for explanation, but for elevation. You were meant to be misunderstood because greatness is never recognized in real time. But now, your truth stands taller than every lie told against you. Let this be your declaration: I forgive, but I do not forget who I've become. And in that whisper, heaven will echo your growth through the stars. You are no longer their lesson, you are your own legacy. And nothing broken can hold what's now divinely rebuilt within you.